Hey team! So we're going to talk about getting to Diamond today. On the team call on Tuesday, I was flabbergasted to learn that most people didn't know about my Diamond journey. I have not been sharing about that with team members as my business has grown. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that I hadn't been sharing about that. So, okay, I got to Diamond in 90 days, and I'll tell you how I did it. I'll give you the strategies that I used. They're common sense. They're very applicable. But before we get into that, we have to talk about something that's more important than inviting people. Yes, more important. Okay, so firstly, I came from a six-figure background. I had a corporate career for all my adult life, pretty much. And so for me, getting into network marketing, I believed in the opportunity and I believed in Beachbody as a company, so I did it. However, I had colleagues of mine who thought I was crazy for leaving my job and leaving the promotion I'd worked so hard for to do this. So there was that, and then there was some, people were telling me that I wasn't going to be successful in this kind of opportunity, and so, there was a little bit of discouragement from people around me. However, big however, my mindset was correct. So firstly, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to work in fitness, and I wanted to be able to earn a six-figure plus income doing it. I had never found the opportunity that would give me that in the past. So I was clear on my big fat why. My big fat why was getting mortgage free in 5 years. And the reason for that was because I wanted security and freedom for my family. So I had a why that made me cry, as the superstar Beachbody coaches say. So whatever your why is, you got to dig in and you got to find the thing that's going to make you emotional, the thing that really means something to you. Like if it is an extra $200 a month so that you and your husband can afford a couple of date nights a month, what is that going to do for you in your life? Being mortgage free, yeah, like it's great. It's not about the money. It's about the freedom for me and the lack of stress for my husband and I, and the additional time that we'll have as a family to go on vacations and to be together, and the experiences that we can have if we don't have a mortgage and if we don't have any debt hanging over our heads. So that meant so much to me. So be clear on what you want and why you want it. What is that big thing? What difference is it going to make in your life? That's number one. Know your why. The second thing is, do you believe in Beachbody as a company? Do you believe in the quality of their products? Do you believe in their vision of ending the trend of obesity? Beachbody's motto is helping people live healthy, fulfilling lives. And to me, that means I get to work in fitness. I get to follow my passion and help people realize the life-changing effects of getting fit. So that's number one for me. Number two, it's number one as in it comes first, but it's no less important to me, or no more important to me than the second thing, which is helping people lead fulfilling lives. And to me, that means helping my team get out of debt. Helping my team realize that they have the power to change their lives and to live life by design instead of just kind of going with the flow, doing the 9 to 5 because society tells us that is the thing to do. So for me, helping my team lead fulfilling lives is huge. It may be more important to me than working in fitness, which I always thought was going to be my number one. So do you believe in Beachbody as a company? Do you believe in their vision? Do you believe that this opportunity is legitimate? I did, and I do, right? So if you do, then it would follow that you shouldn't really hesitate to invite anybody. When I talked to my coach, Barbie, early on about how it was hard for me to invite people and it was uncomfortable for me to invite people, she said, get over it, literally. She said, get over it. You have goals, you believe in the company, so get over it and do it. So I did. So now I'll get down into like the nitty-gritty of actually how I got to Diamond, but you need those things. You need to have a strong and powerful reason that you're doing this. You need to have a why that makes you cry. And you also need to believe in Beachbody as a company and believe in their vision. Because if you don't, then of course you're going to hesitate to invite people. If you believe in your heart that you're offering them something that is going to help them in their lives, then you can't not feel good about it, right? So that shift in my mindset made all the difference. Okay, so here's what I did. Okay, hopefully you can kind of see that. Okay, so this is what I did. I wrote my name at the top, and then I wrote names down in 8 spaces because you require 8 total coaches to hit diamond. Okay? The ones that I have stars beside are examples of people that I knew had goals to build their business quickly, and so I knew that they would want to get to Emerald right away. Okay? So that's what I did. 8 names, 4 on each side, and you also need 1 emerald on each side. So I knew, for example, Judy would, if she did it, she would be all in and she would want to grow her business quickly because of the income. Okay? So I wrote down all these names, and then I did something every single day to move the process forward with every single person. Okay, so I would invite them, and then I would send them some kind of resource, like we have the Coach 411 webinar that you can send them. It's recorded on YouTube, so you can send them that. There's also a script that you can go through as well, Denise Rodriguez script. It is in the file section of Fit Republic. I like to send that resource. I like to send the Coach 411 because it really explains pretty much everything about, I mean, as much as you can understand before you start about coaching. So, and then I followed up with people every day or every 48 hours, just depending on how the conversation was going. And say, you know, Chris didn't have a choice because he's my husband, so I put him on. And say, for example, Lisa, she says no. She's like, well, it's not the right time in my life. I'm going to school plus I'm working and I'm doing all of this other stuff. So then I would cross Lisa's name off, and she doesn't go on the no list. She goes on the not now list. So I put her on a separate list. I think she'd be wonderful because she is so engaging with other people and she is on a fitness journey of her own, but she's not ready at this time. That's fine. So I crossed her name out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm terrible with this. So I crossed her name out, and immediately that day that she says no, I invite someone else and I put their name on here. Think about the fact that you know thousands of people. Don't have the mindset that there is a scarcity of people. There are people everywhere. You know thousands of people. You're acquainted with thousands of people if you're at least 20 years old. Okay, so there is not a scarcity of people. Don't say no for people. You're always going to be surprised at who says yes and who says no, right? So you're going through this process, and I don't know how many people you're going to have to invite to have 8 people who say yes. I don't know. But, and then as you're signing on coaches, you're helping your coaches who sign up understand the benefits of getting to Emerald, which are earning team volume bonus, right? And your team volume bonus grows as an Emerald as your coaches are hitting Success Club. So make sure they understand the benefits of getting to Emerald and help them get to Emerald because you know how, because you already did it. If you're Emerald, you have everything you need to teach somebody how to get there because you already did it, right? So I hit Emerald in 2 days because my coach said, you need to get to Emerald. And she didn't make it sound hard, and I didn't think of it as hard, so I just invited until I had 2 people who were like, yeah, that sounds awesome, right? So same with coaching. There are a lot of people who are going to say no to you right now who may join later, but there are enough people who will be ready now that you can get to Diamond in 90 days or less. So if your goal is 90 days for Diamond, then it is possible. You can totally do it. Make sure that you get in touch with whoever your sponsor coach is. Get in touch with them, talk to them about your plan, and then you can go through. Every day I went through and I put what step I was on with that person, and what the next thing was that I was going to do. So I would invite them, I would send them a resource if they said they were interested, like the Coach 411 webinar, and then I would ask them a lot of questions about why they might be interested in coaching and what their goals are, what their goals might be, what could this opportunity do for them in their lives, and then ask them if they're ready to join the next new coach training. So I hope that simplifies this a little bit for you guys. And it may not be your goal to get to Diamond in 90 days, and that is totally fine. But if it is your goal to build your income and build your business quickly, then it should be your goal to get to Diamond in about that time frame. Okay, so post below with any questions that you have, and let's talk about it.